An NFL insider believes that the Bengals could greatly impact how the first round of the NFL draft concludes, and in this video, I'll explain what this information really means. Hi again, Bengals fans. John Sheeran of A to Z Sports Cincinnati here, and we have officially reached my least favorite part of the entire NFL calendar. Lying season. The reason why the NFL draft is so intoxicating to watch is because it's happening in real time. We are seeing decisions being made that can impact everything else that happens over the course of an entire weekend, and NFL clubs just have to respond on the fly, and plans and such can change in an instant, and the fates of an entire draft class can be altered by just one decision. And that is why quote-unquote league sources are trying to push certain agendas, narratives out there to anyone who would listen for their own benefit. Because if they can start rumors that certain players are quote-unquote falling down draft boards, or teams are looking to do certain things with their own pick, and how that could impact the entire first round and really the entire draft, that is obviously within their benefit. And the majority of these rumors, the speculation, and these reports, they all funnel out into NFL media within the final 2 weeks leading up to the NFL draft, where nothing really is happening. You're getting a lot of top 30 visits. A lot of teams are crossing T's and dotting I's about players and prospects that they have some questions on, but draft boards are really set. They're going through final decision-making processes and whatnot, but a lot of the information that you hear right now is being put out there with a purpose, and typically it's a deceitful one. But all of that is just one side of the coin, and the other side of the coin is not much better, because then you're just getting speculation from league sources, which again are just team employees, speculating on what other teams are planning to do. And that is where we get to this report from Sportskeeda's Tony Pauline. Because I don't know if you guys have heard or not, but the Bengals may or may not trade Trey Hendrickson. And according to Pauline, a lot of people from around the league not only expect it to happen, but they expect it to directly impact what the Bengals do in the NFL draft, which makes sense. If you are trading an all-pro defensive end, you're probably going to want to replace him very early with one of your early draft picks. But again, this is the draft, and one decision can create a domino effect. And according to Pauline's report, he wrote, quote, "If the Bengals take an edge rusher, the floodgates are expected to open up, and at least 7 or possibly 8 will be drafted before day 1 is through." Whomever Pauline's sources are, they do expect the Bengals to be interested in potentially draft an edge rusher with the 17th overall pick, and they do expect Hendrickson to be traded even after the draft, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because the Bengals wouldn't get a current draft pick for that if they just wait until after the draft. But remember what we talked about. Lying season. Is this just loose speculation from somewhere else in the NFL about what the Bengals or what they think the Bengals are going to do, considering Trey Hendrickson's contract dilemma, considering how the Bengals operate, considering the likely targets that the Bengals are going to be looking at in the first round? Or is this information that they heard coming from Cincinnati's building? The answer? We don't know. And I know that's not great content, but that is why I hate this time of year. Because whether or not the Bengals want people to believe that there's going to be a run on edge rushers when they're on the clock so that maybe someone jumps them to take a player like an edge rusher that they actually don't have any interest in drafting, or this is someone from somewhere else in the league projecting what they think the Bengals are going to do, it doesn't make for great content. And it's why you should always trust information that comes out before this time of year. Because all the information that we've already known about this topic makes a lot more sense than anything that's going to come out between now and right before the draft. And instead, the Bengals still want to pay Trey Hendrickson. They still think that he deserves a raise. Trey Hendrickson is still not satisfied with the offer that's in front of him, and the Bengals still want to pay him more than they want to trade him. And the idea of just drafting an edge rusher and then trading him after the fact probably isn't in the Bengals' best interest. So I don't think that this report is based off of anything factual coming from Paycor Stadium. I think it is largely speculation for what the Bengals may do, and it explains the ramifications of if they decide to go down that route. So let this be your warning from now until the NFL draft to not believe everything that you hear.